Hello there everybody and welcome back to CAYNE. Now when we left off we were in this room, there was this weird holographic skull thing over there, and brains. Apparently in jars.
Data tag printer.
Ooh, hey, that's what we're looking for.
PDT. This must be how they're making the security tags.
Yeah.
There must be an easier way.
This facility seems to do things the hard way.
Yes, it does.
I've heard of spinal tagging on animals, right into the nervous system. Maybe this is like an upgrade, but these aren't animals.
Sure we are. We're just meat puppets.
Meat puppets? You had an interesting childhood.
Hi, friend. I'm Ralph. Let's print the PDT together.
Joy, yes, let's do that. Blank PDT, regulator. There's buttons. Print PDT. Nope. It's not letting me print. Well, we're off to a great start. Blank PDT, template, cryoregulator. So I need blank PDT, a PDT template, and a cryoregulator. Okay. I don't have any of those things. Bloodstained bed. Doesn't seem to be anything to pick up. I did notice, and I wanted to point this out, that I noticed the mouse wasn't in the first batch of videos that I did. That was my mistake, because I usually disable cursors in video games because you don't want the mouse appearing on the screen if you're not using a mouse. And so by default, I have that disabled, which is okay, but if you forget it in a game where you need the mouse... Anyway, bottom line, problem solved. Now, where was this code? There was a code on one of these. Was it the last one? It was probably the last one. Because it's always the last one. Where are you? There we go. So, electricity plus flag. Because I know for a fact we're going to need that. Great. Back to the main bloody big room again. And close. Right. What the hell does that mean? Anyway, time to get going around this overly large room again. So it seems like we need 3 items in order to print a PDT. For what reason? I can't remember. Why do we need a PDT? Do we need a PDT to get through this? I can't even remember now. It was a week ago. Give me a break. I don't record in sequence, okay? I don't have the energy to do that, let alone anything else. Oh, which one was it for? Well, I guess we'll try them all. So is that plus flag? Not that, okay. Was it this one? Lightning plus flag.
Is there anything else you can make out around you?
No.
Ooh, it's automatic. I'm not doing this.
Deep thumping noise. Like a machine.
Another generator, maybe? Focus on the last thing you do remember.
I can't. There are flashes. A hospital. Family. They didn't like me much.
Yeah.
Join the club.
They wanted what I have.
Oh? What's that?
Money. My name. Then they left me. Or I pushed them away.
Why?
They weren't good enough. They weren't willing to put in the hard work. Wanted to be given things. Given. The things that I bled over.
Well, I don't talk to Mother anymore. And my dad... Well, no clue who he is.
Right.
She's distant. Maybe she was always like that. Maybe I was just unlikable. She sure made it clear, often enough, that I was too much like him. That she saw too much of him in me.
I'm sorry, Hadley. Sometimes we unintentionally hurt the ones we love.
Such greeting card bullshit. You don't hurt the people you love the people you love.
Well, okay, I don't know. I think I'm starting to put the pieces of this puzzle together. That clearly, like, oh, there's that Samantha again. That didn't go well for me in the last game, so I'm guessing we can't go through that. So, okay, in my mind, I'm starting to piece this together. What I'm seeing is an old guy, probably CAYNE himself. That was him, you know, talking about his deathbed, him dying. And maybe they found a way to store his memories digitally so they can then be uploaded into what I assume is Hadley's baby. That's what I'm thinking right now. That's what's going on. It's a guess. Ooh, what is all that? Grubs. Oh wait, wasn't there something mentioning about grubs before? Terminal. So, check in. Incidents. That was temporarily removed from the habitat using a big. Also, those are the aggression towards her siblings. Averaging 5 appendages from Nero. That raw meat and plasma to encourage. Brood gas production. 1 cubic meter of gas. Blah 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 blah. Personal. Making note of the crew facilities password in case Boland locks me out again. There we go. So it's plus flag lightning lightning. What's this? Atmospheric and environmental controls? No? Fine. Retrieving platform.
Oh, God. It must smell terrible in there. Yeah, just thinking about it.
Alright, so if I want to get a grub out of there, I'm not sure why I'd want to get a grub out of there, but I'm sure we'll work something out in the future. So yeah, what I've got in my mind is that CAYNE put his mind into Hadley's baby. That was the special order as some kind of life-preserving mechanism. Because, as you know, he clearly didn't want to give his money or his name away to his kids or anything like that. Why is it so dark in here? Whoa.
You're scared.
Heck yeah, I'm scared. This place. Who could create this?
Good question.
Monsters.
Hey, achievement unlocked. Floating corpse. Running machinery. What's this? Voice recorder. That looks interesting. Hey.
John Kerr, note to self, all that have not fins and scales in the seas, and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. Leviticus 9:10.
That's nice. So we'll probably need that to get through some kind of, you know, audio recorder lock, perhaps. There's a lever there. I think I'll read that. I think I'll touch that later. Oh, he looks friendly, doesn't he? Professor John Kern.
Someone. They were trying to grow CAYNE.
Cloning is unpredictable. Cloning an individual is impossible.
It sounds like they were using something special. Something called Samantha.
Today is a holy day. Henry CAYNE himself has arrived, frozen and waiting for the great harvest to come. Soon the flesh of the immortal vessel will bring him new life. We're closer than ever, and I know it. The race has begun, and I will not allow Dr. Adams, the heretic he is, to win. No, CAYNE will not allow it. He knows his plan, and he knows that it will end with me. Our Leviathan is Samantha. Nothing on earth is her equal, a creature without fear. Book of Job, 41:33. Never again will he die. Never again will he feel pain. Never again will he leave us. He will be reborn of his own duplicate flesh and not that of Adam and his ridiculous mind transfer parlor tricks. There we go. That's it. That's confirmed it. I was along the right lines all the time. So the male voice we've been hearing is CAYNE. His mind has been put in Hadley's baby. That's the voice we're hearing. We're getting closer. Our next patient has undergone the new and improved genetic fusion procedure and is reacting well. The spinal cord has been killed, meaning that the dead cells will need to regenerate and reform into a functioning spine. No sign of physical rejection thus far, and cellular regeneration is slowly beginning. It should reconstruct itself overnight. Our Lord has stricken us with inadequacy. We have failed yet again. This is my fault, and I must, as always, act responsibly. This time I've added hooks to my whips, and I shall flagellate until dawn. I will elaborate on the results after I've taken some time to reflect. Fusing Samantha's DNA with the patient caused the newly regenerated spinal cord to expand drastically, forcing the vertebrae to audibly pop into even halves. Soon after, the patient's immune system attacked the rogue spinal cells, which in turn retaliated by killing off all other attached nerves. In the end, the patient succumbed to asphyxiation as the new cells burned through oxygenated blood more quickly than the lungs could produce it. Another failure, but still not a wasted body. Praise be, I've spent the day, or at least most of it, reflecting on our Saviour's brilliant plan. The pieces slide into place, Samantha, myself, and the almighty CAYNE in the same facility. The planets are aligning, the end draws near, or perhaps the beginning. I'm glad we finally have found some use for Ralph. We have put him to a more productive task. His blasphemous lectures about how the fungal plague is a result of poor hygiene were getting on my nerves. It is CAYNE's doing. The plague is his retribution for our sins. How many more of these we got? Quite a few. Tonight we test again. We'll be using the same procedure as before, but this time an enzyme inhibitor will be introduced to prevent excessive tissue generation. We must not accept failure. We will bask in the light of CAYNE's restored glory. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. Revelation 2:11. See, this is why the Bible needs rewriting. I mean, seriously. Still, the patient lives. However, it has exhibited some concerning symptoms. Although the spinal cord has stopped regenerating at an appropriate time, arms and legs will occasionally twitch or, more accurately, flail. It seems that the spine has control over the connected limbs. The patient is no longer viable. After a promising start, the regenerative tissue again expanded beyond intention. Surprisingly, the patient's removed vocal cords were reconstructed. Of course, it did not understand speech. It must have been frightened by its own inhuman screaming, and as it immediately tore out its own throat. After some gurgling, it regenerated within hours, then terrible screaming and bloody extraction. A cascade of rotting tissue. The previous throats began to form a dangling, bleeding scarf as the patient continued to tear itself apart. Oh, that abomination! As far as Sharon can tell, Adam's unrighteous creation has wasted precious flesh in the making of a toy of some kind. Just like its creator, the abomination has been an unholy waste of resources. Even the name such as hobo is an undeserved grace. It is an animal, nothing more. Pestilence strikes. Almost said persistence. And pestilence strikes. The fungal threat is weak now, but soon it will spread to our food and our bodies if it hasn't already. This is our first and perhaps final warning to make haste. I've traced the spores to a cargo shipment earlier in the year, but I have no idea how they became so virulent. Behold, with a great plague will CAYNE smite thy people, and thy children, and all thy good. 2 Chronicles 21:14. The fungus is having an observable impact on the cellular regeneration process. One patient began to develop a film of what resembled reptilian scales, complete with secondary set of eyelids. This is unacceptable. The spinal regeneration process has been mastered. Almost any tissue can now be perfectly reconstructed, but it's impossible to get definitive results with this interference. CAYNE, if you truly seek rebirth, why do you hinder me so? Is this not the time? Surely there is a reason. Samantha scratched several demonic scrawls into an insignificant employee's back. I warned them not to get too close to the succubus. She is the devil. Sometimes we need to make a deal with hell to get closer to heaven. Forgive me, CAYNE. I succumbed to Sharon's temptations and had a romantic dinner rather than working late, as I should have done. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit is indeed willing, but the flesh is weak. 1 Timothy 6:11-12. My repetitive failure has indeed had an impact on my faith. I am being tested. For the love of CAYNE, I shall rise above. Today I noticed that my laboratory is missing several incubators. The last inventory check was several months ago, so it could have gone missing at any time. This is undoubtedly the work of Adams, but why? He doesn't need the equipment, and I can certainly spare it. Perhaps the hobo is involved. It is disconcerting at best. Time is of the essence. Samantha's escape today is likely to be the first of many, and we will eventually run out of ways to subdue her. The re-engineered grubs are producing a potent gas that is driving the beast to fluster. Whether she kills us all or we find a way to kill her first, neither outcome revives CAYNE. We will not rest until he has returned to intervene. From this point forward, I live for nothing else. Right. Well, that's nice. Ooh, there's a whip. Can I get that down? Hey. Whip. I have a whip. That's nice. No idea what. So what does the lever do? Hopefully it won't blow us all up. And plunk. Whoa. Okay. Ew.
That was nasty.
That's disgusting. Uterus made of flesh and machine. That's horrible. Ew. Ew. Right, so, what else? Don't see anything else I can interact with, stuff I can look at. That's about it. Okay then. Right, time to leave. Yay! So, yeah, I was clearly on the right track with the whole thing right from the off. I mean, yeah. So, can't go through there. I'm guessing. Yeah.
Breathe, Hadley. Breathe.
Right. Yeah, it'll only result in the death penalty if there's someone there to take it out. Which there isn't, so I need to...
They use these little guys to control Samantha.
Yeah.
The gas they give off when they touch dead tissue calms her. I need to catch one.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. I need to refresh my memory of what that code was. Reading all that text completely blew it from my mind. So it's plus flag lightning for the crew facilities. Okay, let's do that. Well, this is going rather well. It's only going better than it was last time. I'm getting stuck at that door. That was just really stupid. Like, really stupid. I mean, I don't know. Right. Code. Was it crew facilities? So plus flag lightning. Ding.
It worked.
Yes.
This can't be how I meet my end. I have so much more inside of me.
Huh. Not as much as Haley.
I have so much more to give to the world.
Yep. This wasn't my plan either. This wasn't how it was supposed to be.
You're young. You can get through this.
And then I'm stuck. Stuck with a baby. It's not a life. Not fair for either of us.
There are other choices.
Bingo! I did make a choice. It didn't end well.
Yeah.
Women in my family have bad luck with babies. I'm continuing a proud family tradition.
Lovely. Anyway, I'm out of time for this episode. So we've made a little bit of progress. Sort of, I think I've worked out what the big twist is supposed to be. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but it was on about mind transference, and I'm just like, okay, this is clearly where this is going, you know? So, I mean, I could be proven wrong, and happy to be proven wrong, but I think I've got it. Yeah, I think I've got it. Okay, so thank you all for watching, everybody. Please remember to like, to comment, and to subscribe. All the usual good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye!